Here's our 2024 Pepperstone review. I'm Noam.
And I'm Justin. We've been reviewing Forex brokers for the past 10 years now, and we've been looking at the latest in the CFD and Forex trends.
In this video, we'll be reviewing Pepperstone, a Forex broker with the scale of a fintech and the agility of a startup. All right, Justin, let's get into it. 2024, we've been busy reviewing all the work that we did in 2023. We've been busy reviewing all the Forex brokers, some new brokers and some old brokers. Pepperstone obviously is a Forex broker we've been working with for a long time, I think nearly 10 years. Let's talk about Pepperstone as a broker and why we reviewed them so highly.
Sure, so it's just important to know that we've actually reviewed over 50 brokers, opened the accounts ourselves, and done actual testing when it comes to EAs and automation. So based on reviewing all these brokers, we found that Pepperstone was actually the best with a score of 98 out of 100. So, and that's based on a lot of factors. So how about I'll start and we'll talk about trading costs. So Pepperstone have commissions which are on par with the other brokers, very competitive, but it's when it comes to its spreads that it really comes out. So there's two types of accounts, a standard, a raw. We strongly advise the raw. It has lower trading costs. Check our methodology section. We show that fee comparison, and when we look at that raw ECN account, it's the spreads that really shine. So they're very, very competitive on a range of spreads from major to exotics.
Okay, the next category that we looked at was trading experience. Do you want to talk to the guys about trading experience and why Pepperstone received such a high rank?
Sure, so once again, we actually opened an account, Noam and I, Dave, Ross, the team have all opened it, and it's a very easy process to open and trade, and they offer a range of trading platforms from MT4, MT5, C Trader, TradingView, and they've got their own platform, which actually I really like. It only got introduced last year, and I really like the mobile app on it, which I felt that they were lacking compared to some of the competitors like eToro, and I really feel that mobile trading experience is better. Just moving on. This is what's important, okay? We measured the execution speeds of all the major brokers. We measured them through Ross twice over a 30-hour period using automation. So we kept the bots going to see how fast the trades were. Pepperstone was the fastest when it came to a large size broker out of them all. So what does that mean? It means less slippage. So if you're using automation, and most of our traders do, slippage is everything. You need to make sure that price that's quoted is the price that it's executed. And that is why Pepperstone won the category.
Okay. All right, Justin, the third category that we're probably going to spend time on in this review is the trust category.
Sure.
Okay. Now, Pepperstone have always had a really strong trust factor when we've analysed them. And trust predominantly comes down to the fact that they hold multiple licenses with multiple jurisdictions around the world. So we know that they've got an ASIC license, we know they've got a SASEC license, they've even got an FCA license in the UK, BaFin in Germany.
BaFin, so that's the 4 tier ones there.
So talk about why we hold licenses in such high stead.
Sure, it just further consolidates the fact that Pepperstone is a large broker. And for those regions such as Germany and BaFin, you want to trade with someone that's regulated in your region. So we have 3 R's when it comes to trust. We have reputation, regulation, and reviews. So we've gone over the regulation, which is one of the best of all the brokers. What about reputation? So Pepperstone itself has been around for over 10 years. It's a global broker, and it hasn't had major regulatory issues. So that's why we give them the big tip. As for when it comes to reviews, if you look at Trustpilot, they've got one of the highest scores from one of the most brokers. So, we've seen this time and time again when they keep on winning awards for their customer satisfaction. So obviously, happy customers means there's a good trading platform and a good trading experience.
Okay, now there are obviously another 6 or 7 categories that we're not going to discuss in the video, but just very top line, do you want to maybe just go over what the categories are
Yeah, so we got minimum deposit $0. Can't get lower than that. That's on all the accounts. That's a great barrier to entry. They have a wide range of funding options. The educational experience is pretty good. Look, I haven't spent too much time because obviously I'm a bit more, but they've Chris Weston. His videos are amazing. He makes them on a daily and weekly basis. Talks about market trends, talks about platforms. I strongly recommend you follow him. He's on Twitter and YouTube. He's fantastic. Customer service, I kind of harped on it before. Dedicated account manager as soon as you open, that is fantastic. Every time I had a problem, I use live chat when I've got problems. Not only are they fast, but they actually know what they do, and you can tell that they're traders themselves. So that these are the things that we've based it on. The only one I missed was range of markets, and trust me, you can trade almost anything when it comes to Pepperstone. We did give them a slight downgrade because they do not offer stockbroking services. But let's be truthful, even if they did, you have to open a separate account for that. So it's not like you can open an MT4 and trade shares on it. You can only trade CFDs on it. So just being realistic, people say, oh wow, my broker also does shares. Well, something like CMC Markets where they do offer shares and Noam has one, he's got a separate account when it comes to shares. So just something worth, certainly when I opened IG, I got it was very difficult for me because I already had the share trading account.
Yep. Okay, so let's just summarize very quickly. So we've awarded Pepperstone a score of 98 out of 100.
Which is the best Forex broker in the world for 2024, so an amazing achievement for the third year running.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we've been working with Pepperstone for about 8 to 10 years. Really impressive broker. Some of the things that we all loved were their execution speeds, their spreads, their trading platforms, their trust factor. Have a look at the Pepperstone review on our website for more information, but you definitely can't go wrong with Pepperstone. Found this helpful? Hit the like before you move on to your next video.